Texas weather is notorious for being unpredictable and crazy, but it seems like it's getting even crazier. Last summer, you might have said something along the lines of, "This feels even more insanely effing hotter than normal." And the past few winters have featured Arctic blasts that seem anything but normal for Texas. So, is crazy Texas weather getting crazier? I'm Alex Samuels, a staff writer at Texas Monthly, and this is Answer Me This. Last summer was indeed a scorcher. The heat we experienced was record-breaking. 2023 was the hottest calendar year, meaning we saw the hottest average temperatures across all 12 months of the year. In fact, on June 24th, Rio Grande Village reached a scorching 119 degrees, just 1 degree lower than the hottest individual temperature ever recorded in the state. Cities across Texas also had insane streaks of triple-digit heat days, like here in Austin, where we saw this happen for 45 consecutive days, a record. Unfortunately for cold weather lovers like myself, this kind of summer is probably going to be the new normal. Sorry, baby Alex. That's because summers overall here in the Lone Star State have been getting progressively hotter for the last 50 or so years. So what's to blame for these historic trends? You guessed it, climate change. In short, the planet is warming due to decades of human activities that add gobs of heat-trapping greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, and heat is one of the deadliest consequences. For city dwellers, this is only exacerbated by factors like the urban heat island effect, in which cities end up absorbing more heat than their surroundings and can become as much as 20 degrees Fahrenheit warmer. All right, time to cool off. Let's refocus on my personal favorite season, winter. The last few winters have been crazy. Texas faced a deep freeze in February 2021, and snow and ice made the roads impassable. Worst of all, we all remember how the state's power grid failed, leaving millions of Texans without access to electricity, and the recent Arctic front had much of the state facing below freezing temperatures for hours. It wasn't as dire as 2021, but still, what gives? These cold weather events mean that Texas winters are getting much, much colder, right? Well, through my reporting, I was surprised to learn that actually isn't the case. The coldest temperatures in Texas have actually gotten warmer, and winters have gotten more mild over time. By 2036, the average temperature in Texas is expected to be about 1.8 degrees Fahrenheit warmer than the 1991 through 2020 average. In Texas, that means snowstorms are likely to become both less common and less intense. As one weather expert told me, the events we saw in both 2021 and 2022 were not cold winters, but cold outbreaks during winter. The last thing I'll touch on when it comes to Texas's wacky weather is rainfall. Well, you'd be surprised to hear that in the eastern 2/3 of the state, rainfall has actually increased over the past century. The flip side is that because temperatures have also increased, the water tends to evaporate out of the ground faster. So even though we've seen more rainfall over the long term, Texas has actually gotten drier over the last half century. For this year, atmospheric scientists told me to expect a similarly dry spring, even with the rainfall we've seen so far. Crazy, right? So, is crazy Texas weather getting crazier? Yes and no. Our crazy hot summers look like they will only be getting hotter. On the flip side, our winters will get milder. However, those mild winters will feel even crazier when we get the occasional Arctic blast that sends everyone scrambling for bottled water, toilet paper, and faucet covers. Let's face it, crazy weather is just a part of living in Texas, no matter which way that insanity is trending. As for me, I'm going to enjoy the good weather days when we have them. And I'll probably keep my North Face jacket around, just in case. Be on the lookout for our continued reporting on crazy Texas weather at texasmonthly.com.